The city of Haines, or the town of Haines, is not a cruise stop. I think Skagway, which is 10 miles away by water, is a cruise stop. If you are a cruise stop, that means periodically or during the tourist season, you will have hordes and hordes of tourists coming off the cruise ships. And these people are mostly just walking on the street, so the street could be quite busy, but not here. I can see the tourists walking here are probably all people like me who are here on RVs or probably on their individual cars, like this car from Oregon. This car from Oregon, I can tell because the back seat windows are tinted. That means they probably sleep in the back seat. You see, all of these American flags are outside on all of the store, on many of the storefronts. Here's another store that is plastered with American flags. Yep, nobody asked them to do it. It's just purely out of their own patriotism, their own love of their country. See American flags on almost in front of every home, because today is July 5th. This is a little hotel on the left, Aspen Suites Hotel. This is probably the best, most upscale hotel in this town. It looks really nice. Nice little hotel right here. And here is another store that sells outdoor apparels and gears. So for outdoor sports, outdoor items. It's not for selling groceries. Oh, there is a grocery store next to it. And further down on the left is another sport shop. It sells sport stuff. So this is a very small town. In half a mile is a long stretch. It's a narrow stretch. In half a mile, you'll cross from one end to the other on the short end. On the long end is probably a couple miles long. That's it. I would assume the population of this town is probably 30,000-40,000 at most, maybe even less, maybe 10,000. Yeah, there's another restaurant down that way. There's a furniture store. There's not much on this side. I'm pretty sure this town could have bears visiting them from time to time because it's so close to the forest. There could be bears. The town is relatively flat with mild hills up and down, and most of the buildings are kind of decrepit, I think that's the way to say it. Kind of worn. This is Thai food restaurant. Oh yeah, that might be a good place to go next time. They serve Thai food. And I would assume during the winter, during the off season, this town is basically dead. Very few people would be living here. Very few people would be working in the restaurants because the restaurants have no customers, or working in any other tourist-driven service industries. There will be nothing. But This is Chokai restaurant. They're serving Thai food. So Thai is not probably, it's not exclusively served here. Or at least they're not serving Thai food only. They're probably serving other things. Decrepit. Yeah, that's the word. Decrepit. Most of these buildings are relatively decrepit. And there are a lot of unpaved services which cost these cars to create a lot of dust if they drive over it. But at least the wind will blow it away. This is a, what is this? This is some kind of a factory or some kind of a, have a lot of wooden pallets padding in the back. A lot of these shipment containers. They're everywhere. Those containers are actually quite nice. This is a longer one. This is 30-some feet. A 24-feet container cost in the U.S. It costs like only $1,000 or something. It's a extremely strong container. And if you can put it in your backyard, you can turn it into a nice little work shed. I was thinking about doing that, but then I have to tear down my back fence and have to possibly seek approval by the town, because people don't like having a container in the backyard and make the neighbor look bad. But if you decorate the container or paint it well, maybe it's not that bad. Look at this house. It looks so old, but clearly inside there are people living. It has a nice window, but the house outside is pretty rough looking. The reason for that could be due to the fact that the weather here is so harsh. The climate is so rough and harsh during the winter. It does put a lot of tear and wear and stress on the outside shingling. But this building is probably newly painted, just like this one. They might be owned by the same owner. Yeah. But imagine in the summer, this building, the view from this building, you can see the mountains right from your window. Just absolutely beautiful. Here is a tire and auto repair shop. Look at the junks in front. Probably it's closed. Maybe they're open during the day. Right now it's 7 o'clock, so they're closed. But the town is completely surrounded by these snow-capped mountains. This must be an apartment building in front. Or it could be a hospital or something. It didn't say anything. Again, notice the American flags, Star and Stripes on the building. In my neighborhood where I live, even during other time of the year, I would say 1 out of 2 or 3 homes have American flags in front. I put mine year round, so this year I might have to change it. It's kind of getting too old. Get a new one. But it's not a political statement or anything. It's just as a decoration. This is a utility company. Yeah, I guess AT&T, Alaska Power and the Telephone. So they basically, this company manage both power distribution, power grid, and the landline. So telephone. So they handle both. This must be the reason. because the place is Alaska is small. Alaska's population is like 500,000 or something. Of the 500,000, about 300,000, 350,000 live in Anchorage. And then the rest, 150 to 200,000, live across the entire Alaskan territory. So imagine Alaska is how big. It's bigger than Texas, I think. Only 150,000 people. Here's a motel with American and Canadian flags, and there's another flag. Maybe that's the flag for the hotel itself. This is the post office. No, this is not a post office. This is the American Legion. American Legion. This is probably where they recruit for the army or something. Yeah. Let me check it out. American Legion. What does American Legion stand for? Is it could serve as a place for recruit? Place for recruit. Let's check it out. Yeah. Nice. It's young. I smell marijuana here in the air. I don't know why these young people are congregating in that place. Maybe it's just some organized meal for young people and for some kind of event. These three people are smoking that marijuana. No wonder I smell it. Going back to my RV park. And the RV park is at the edge of waterfront facing the bay. This bay is opening up in hundreds of miles into the Pacific Ocean to the south. So this part of the bay most likely is fresh water because this is so far away from the ocean. But it's a beautiful setting. Beautiful setting. It cost $50 some per night just to have a spot to park my RV with water and electricity hookup. But still, that's good. $50 basically is like having my own home on the water's edge. I don't need anything else. Just a good, beautiful surrounding to spend the night. Like everywhere else in Alaska, it's always windy. This area is no exception. It's kind of windy. Today it's not that strong. Similar to Iceland. When we went to Iceland, it was extremely windy. Very, very windy. But this is the reason I lost one of my drones a few days ago in Seward. The wind was too strong for the drone, and I let the drone out over the water, but I did not realize that when I returned, I'm against the wind. The wind was just overwhelmed the drone, and the drone cannot keep its balance and fell into water. This dust is so annoying. But most of the RVs on this camp are big ones. But we see there's a camper straight ahead. There's another smaller trailer. But most of the others are big. There's another one that's similar to mine. So most are Class A's and some big trailers, Class A's. I wouldn't say most, many of them are Class A's. And this one is a big Class A. pulling its own Jeep as an auxiliary vehicle. Then there are many bigger trailers. And my RV is second to the right. It's smaller.